Bernie Sanders had to prevent a fist fight from breaking out yesterday during a Senate hearing. A completely insane day in Washington, D.C., as I told you. These are two individuals who have butted heads before. On the one hand, it's Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin. Markwayne is all one name for people interested in that sort of thing. Markwayne Mullin and Teamsters President Sean O'Brien. These two guys have had conflict before. This almost escalated into a fight, with Markwayne Mullin actually standing up saying, let's do it right now. You will then hear Bernie Sanders. This is not a playground. This is the Senate. You will then hear Senator Bernie Sanders try to stop this insanity.
Everybody knows this here. And the last time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish you was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold it. No, sit down.
Oh, you're a clown.
Sit down.
Look at you.
You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit
Active.
down.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If we can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't
the
like
mic.
you, because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
Yeah.
You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Okay. This is a senator and a witness getting involved in this nonsense. And here is Sean O'Brien attempting to get a word in. I mean, just struggling.
Hold it. Answer the questions.
All right, y'all won. He made a lot of statements, right? And his statements are fiction at best.
Fiction, I read them.
Can you
What?
answer the question, please?
I can't understand him, to be honest with you.
Okay. So this is the, we have a situation where it is, we always hear about, approval rating is so low for Congress. Approval rating is so low for elected officials, but not for mine. There's this generic dissatisfaction with what is happening in the House and Senate and the priorities. And then we actually make some progress, and Joe Biden spends several years actually making things happen and doing long laundry list of things that we talked about last week. And there are actually people starting to recognize, hey, you know what? Maybe government can do some things that make sense and behave in a way that's a little bit more adult. And then in comes Markwayne Mullin and starts challenging witnesses to physical fights. It's just a complete and total humiliation. I'm not going to say this is the only country where it happens, because there are some other countries where sometimes there are physical fights in the legislative bodies. We've seen it. We've played video. Here's Bernie Sanders appearing after this all happened on CNN, asked by Anderson Cooper about the fact that he essentially had to break up a fight during a Senate hearing.
I'm like this before. I mean, what's going through your mind when this is happening in front of you?
Well, it's pretty pathetic. I mean, we have a United States Senator challenging a member of the panel who's the head of one of the larger unions in America, which has just negotiated a very good contract for their workers, Teamsters. I think, and the point that I try to make there is, this country, Anderson, faces so many crises. We have massive income and wealth inequality. We have a housing crisis. Our healthcare system is, almost collapsing. It's broken. It's dysfunctional. We pay the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. Climate change is threatening the entire existence of the planet. And this is what goes on in a Senate hearing. And that's why, the American people are getting sick and tired of what goes on here in Congress. What that hearing was about, as a matter of fact, and by the way, it might be nice for the media to pay attention to really what the hearing was about, is that workers all over this country are standing up and fighting back against corporate greed. Unions like the UAW, the Teamsters, others are winning good contracts.
And Bernie is completely right, particularly in the context where we are seeing some of the biggest advances of organized labor that we have seen in decades under Joe Biden, a guy who has decades of track record of supporting labor, who became the first president ever several weeks ago to join striking workers on a picket line. That's really the story. And it is an important story to tell about the Biden presidency. Major successes for labor. And a Republican senator and one of the and I'm not just blaming the Republican senator, right? They're both playing into this. This happens every single time these two guys get together. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. And it actually reinforces what is an unfortunate reality, which is that so many Americans just hear about things like this because they are humiliating behavior, and they don't hear about the underlying successes that are taking place during the Biden administration. So good for Bernie breaking up the fight and also refocusing Anderson Cooper on the successes of labor under the Biden administration. Let's see if they can prevent fisticuffs from breaking out in the future. Many people know how hard it is to break bad habits, and sometimes you have to replace a bad habit with a better habit. And that is exactly what our sponsor Fume helps you do. Fume is not a vape. I don't advertise vape stuff. There's no nicotine. There's no electronics. Fume is a small cylindrical wooden device that just delivers plant-flavored air. It comes in a variety of flavors that people love: crisp mint, maple pepper, white cranberry. They've got new flavors: sparkling grapefruit, orange vanilla. Importantly, it just gives your hand something to do. It's a device that feels good in your hand or in your pocket. You can take it anywhere. And it satiates that hand-to-mouth fixation that, if you're trying to break a bad habit, can be very useful. It's also fun to fidget with, which is important too. It has an adjustable airflow dial, a magnetic end cap. It gives your fingers something to do even if it's in your pocket. Check out the reviews online. You'll see so many people have been skeptical at first about Fume. They try it and they are very pleasantly surprised. Go to tryfume.com and use the code PACMAN to save 10% when you get the Journey Pack, which comes with the device and several flavors to try. The link is down below.